Ladies, sisters, have you ever wondered why women are held to a different standard, to complete set of standards that are different from men? Have you ever wondered, have you ever said, well, that's not fair. Why can men do that and we can't? When we do it, we're called this and we're called that. Have you ever wondered about that? Well, there's a reason for it. There's a real reason for it. And today I want to have a fun chat about that. The difference between what is expected from a woman and what is expected from a man and why. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's talk about this. Hi, thank you for being here. Welcome to the channel. My name is Sada Sharon Vandalies, and I'm a mind, body, spirit, holistic health coach, and I focus on single women in midlife. Yes, I am a single woman in midlife, and so I think I have a pretty good idea of what it is that we really want and need. And so at this channel, on this channel, we work on identity transformation in midlife, and we work on holistic wellness education. We work on emotional and spiritual support. We work on community and belonging. We work on guidance through our reinventions, and we work on creating a new vision around what people call aging. Yes, that's all those things is what we work on this channel. So I hope that sounds like a lot of fun. So let's get into this juicy subject, right? Why women are held to different standards. Now, what women need to understand is that women are divine creatures. We were divinely created. Now, men are divine too, right? But women are the highest divine creature, really, in the universe, I believe. The being that brings forth new life, because without us bringing forth that new life from our womb, there will be no multiplication. So we are the ones that receive that new little sprout, and we have the physical makeup to allow that little sprout to develop into a completely formed human being. That is huge, and we do not spend enough time contemplating that. Now, when you are given a great gift, a lot is expected of you. You know that saying, I don't know the exact saying, to whom which is given, much is expected, something like that. But you know what I'm saying. That is a lot that is given to us. Whether you choose to use it, to actually become a mom, that's irrelevant. The fact that you are built in a way to bring forth new life is everything. That is huge. There's nothing more divine than that. There's nothing more divine than that. The universe relies on that for its growth and expansion. So when you are capable of doing that, you cannot act any old kind of way, because you hold that seed in you, right? You hold that seed in you, and that being is being formed, and that being relies on you to give it that tranquility and the opportunity to build and grow at its best capabilities, to form the healthiest body that it can form, right? So it relies on you to love yourself, to nourish your body properly so that it also can benefit from the nourishment spiritually, mentally, and physically. So you nourish yourself physically, the fetus can take nourishment from that. You got to nourish yourself mentally, so the things that you think, it absorbs too, because your thoughts create an energy, right? And so it's gonna feel that energy of your negative or positive thoughts. So it's very important that when you are carrying, or when you were carrying, but we're gonna just say when you are carrying a child, that you put yourself in a peaceful state, in a healthy state. And that, is a tall order, because we get pregnant under all kinds of circumstances, right? But really, ideally, we want to be totally ready to receive a child, and to receive a child into an environment that will support you and it. And also spiritually, right? You want to make sure that your spirit, that you're nourishing your spirit, that you're putting yourself in a place of peace and love and harmony, because that too will benefit that being that is forming inside of you. So once we give birth, that is not the end of it, right? Because now this child, this newborn, is relying on us even more to become a person that is self-sufficient, healthy, and divine in its own right. And there's the male, right? There's the father, hopefully present, but a lot of times there's no father present. So do you see how it is such a vulnerable thing, and it's so important that we are in a great place? Because if we need to do this alone, it's all on us. And we have the capabilities of doing it. We don't want to do it alone. We don't want to have to do it alone. It's also not fair to the child. The child needs both aspects of male and female, of parents, of parents that are there in agreement. But we know how life is. A lot of times it's not happening like that. So as the woman, as the one who has this child with her, it is so important that we take care of ourselves, and that we set a presence and an example for that child. We have to set an example for that child. We are the first that have to set an example for that child. And when you are divinely created to bring forth life, you have to hold yourself to the standard of that. Am I worthy? Am I worthy? How am I going to show that I am worthy, right? How am I going to present myself to the world? This womb of mine is divine. It is divine. It receives life. So am I gonna let any Tom, Bill, and Harry run up in there and drop something? Think about it. Think about it. That's the place where you want to conceive a new life. So you want to keep that sacred and clean and serene and healthy. And you don't want to make it a midway station, for in between people to just come on in and drop something. And because every time we have intimacy with a man, they leave, we receive, right? They come inside, they put their situation inside our situation. And when they're done, they just pull out and move on. And we are left with the remains, with a residue that a lot of times we don't even realize. And it doesn't need to be actual semen, it could just be the energy of that person. Because if you pay attention, you will see that once you have had intercourse, you could feel great or you could feel drained. You know what I'm saying? You could feel confused or you feel clarity. It all has to do with that person's energy and what they brought to you. If they came to give something or if they came to get. Do you see how deep this is? And do you see how vulnerable a woman is? How she has to protect and guide and protect and love herself. I don't know why I said guide, but it is so crucial that we understand the divinity that we are. And that, let me give an example. Would you, if you purchased a Mercedes Benz, would you go park it in a high crime neighborhood and leave it and walk off and come back in a few days and expect to find it in the same pristine condition that you left it in? No, right? You're gonna park that Mercedes in a highly secure garage. Yeah, you're gonna make sure that Mercedes is secure. So even men can sense that as women, they look up to us. We don't realize it, but they look up to us for their behavior. So when we are all crazy and out of control, the whole world is gonna be crazy and out of control because it starts with us. We set the tone, we nurture them, we guide them. So yeah, ladies, sisters, we hold a greater responsibility because we bring forth new life. We are divine. And I want to urge you to share this information with younger women that you know. Because for us, we are in a time where now we are focusing on ourselves, right? And we are learning about how divine we are and why things are different. But this is really good to share with younger women who are trying to be equal to men and want to do everything that men want to do. And we are equal, but we're not the same. There's a difference. We're not the same. We are equal, nobody's better than the other, but we're not the same. And we do hold a really, really, really special position. So I really do feel in my heart that we are a little more special than men because of that. Forgive me. Okay, that's just how I feel. But if anything, we are equal, nobody's better than the other, but we are not the same. Now, I'm curious. I'm really curious to hear your opinion about this. Have you ever taken the time to like reflect on this whole what we call double standard? It sounds like a double standard, but it's really nature. It's creation that's making men look at us and judge us when they feel that we're not acting right. Because subconsciously, in their primal nature, they know that we are special. And they want to see that. They want to see us know that we're special, and they want to see us present ourselves that way. It gives them great joy. It makes them want to lay down the red carpet for us and do anything that we ask them. Yeah, it's power. When we women carry ourselves as the divine creatures that we are, we can get anything from our men. And we don't have to go out there and compete and stress our system that was built for peace and gentle stuff and softness and nurturing and beauty. Yeah. So yeah, share your opinion about this with me. You may disagree, I don't mind. I welcome all opinions. Let's just, let's communicate about this. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a like, join the channel so that we can keep this going and we can grow a beautiful community of women that are super, super excited about recreating themselves and showing up as the divine creatures that we are. So until we meet again, I want to wish you lots of peace and love.